You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans, Belinda from Soap Dirt. It is time for the weekly prediction edition for Young and the Restless. I have got 5 hot predictions as we step into the second week of sweeps when things are heating up on the CBS soap. I've got one for Phyllis and Christine, one for Lily, Daniel, and Heather. I've got another for Tucker and Ashley, Diane and Victor, and so much more. Hey, if you haven't, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. And now hang on and let's dig right into these predictions. So our very first prediction is that Phyllis Summers does a bad thing to Christine Williams. The spoilers for this are for Wednesday, February 7th. Christine versus Phyllis takes a dangerous turn, okay? And then on Thursday, the 8th, spoilers say Phyllis tries to keep up appearances. She's trying to act like everything is normal, nothing is suspicious, which means she did something, right? So I just wonder if Phyllis would drug Christine to get her out of the way, spike her drink, without any intent to cause her bodily harm or long-term harm. Maybe Danny and Christine are making plans and Phyllis overhears because there is a spoiler photo of the three of them together at the counter at Crimson Lights. And, Christine was talking about that trip that Danny wanted to take out of town. And this coming week, Danny and Christine start talking again and I think are reconciling. Maybe they refresh and renew those plans to leave town for a little trip together. And I just wonder if Phyllis decides to get Christine out of the way so that she can try again to seduce Danny. Seducing him in the middle of the GCAC didn't work out. Maybe she needs to get him alone and she needs Christine out of the way. And we'll do something to her. I mean, let's hope she doesn't get behind the wheel and try and splatter the bug on her windshield like she did so many years ago. Although I would honestly take vehicular homicide over watching this love triangle for a few more weeks. I'm down for the homicide. All right, my second prediction, Lily Winters fires Daniel and Heather. Daniel banged Heather without even pausing to think about it or think about Lily. I mean, there was zero hesitation. When Heather made a move, he was just like, bam, right there. He had some regrets in the morning, but he wasn't drunk or anything. This was a stone cold sober decision he made without hesitating to get in bed with his ex while his current girlfriend is out of town. Very, very bad behavior. Devon Hamilton knows what Daniel did. I mean, he kind of had an inkling, but then Daniel confessed. And now we have a spoiler that Amanda is coming back in a couple of weeks. Plus, Lily should be back because Crystal Khalil's maternity leave should be over by now. So the official spoilers for Thursday, the 8th, say that Devon corners Daniel. And if he hasn't told Lily yet, and we know he hasn't, I suspect Devon might take matters into his own hands and call his sister, as he should. Michelle Morgan is set to be back in a couple of weeks as Amanda, and I wonder if Devon tells Lily and she gets her legal eagle on the job to figure out how to make a nice clean cut and get the cheaters out of her family business and life and fire them both. And I think she should. My third prediction, Connor Newman's return sparks baby talk for Adam and Sally. So if you remember, part of what spun Connor up when he left town was Sally being pregnant, just hot on the heels of him finding out Johnny was his biological brother. And then Sally lost what would have been his little sister. And I think it was just all a bit much. Of course, Judah Mackey's absence actually was to cover for Missy Egan's maternity leave, but still, they did it in storylines. So that's what we're addressing. When Connor is back in Genoa City, he will immediately see that Sally has reconciled with his dad. So I wonder if the kid is going to ask Adam and Sally if they are going to try for another baby. And that might get them thinking and talking and hopefully moving under one roof. She needs to be out of that hotel. Adam, to be fair, is not feeling great about himself as a dad right now because of all this Connor stuff and all the angst. But Sally's his cheerleader, and I think she would remind him that he is a great dad, at least in her eyes. Spoilers for this, that relate to this. Monday, February 5th, Adam and Chelsea have some Connor issues. Billy chimes in, but he's actually being pretty pleasant. Sally's being supportive of all of them and of Adam as a dad, as she was this past week. So, yay. All right, my fourth prediction. Tucker McCall is busted and Ashley Abbott gets the truth, the real truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So this past week, Ashley and Tracy went to Paris. They talked to the waiter. They just talked to one person and they were told Tucker's version. Yes, he was upset. Yes, he yelled, but no, he didn't break anything. No, he didn't kick a chair. Ashley decided right away that he must have paid off the waiter. Tracy thought it sounded crazy. Ashley stormed off. And then Tracy called Jack to talk to him about it. And it was funny because Jack had told Diane and Diane said the same thing. Maybe he paid off the waiter because, I mean, Diane knows what kind of schemer Tucker is because she has schemed with him. So I just think Tucker's being way too smug. So I am just every day more convinced that he actually is gaslighting her and did pay off somebody. So the waiter's American. So, you know, he could have had a very interesting and easy and direct conversation with Tucker. So I just feel like Ashley's going to find out the real truth, going to find out that he's been lying to her, and she's back in town in his face, busting him out. Not that it matters other than she gets to put her finger in his face. She can't do anything. I mean, he didn't break a law. He was just being a jerk. So on Monday, spoilers for the 5th say Ashley won't leave Paris and tells Tracy she knows someone that can help. Ashley thinks she can bribe the waiter to undo the lie from Tucker's bribery. Tracy's going to dig in more closely too. Maybe she will be the one to notice something's up. Then on Friday the 9th, it looks like Ashley is back in Genoa City and standing up to Tucker. So she's back and I think armed with the truth and a fiery attitude, but ultimately no way to punish him for what he's done. My 5th and final prediction, I think Diane Jenkins might conspire with Victor Newman. Jack is being a really good friend. He is going above and beyond with Nikki. It's not being her sober coach that's the issue. It's, I think, all the lies that he's enabling her to tell. And they're ex spouses. So there's just going to be this level of always wondering for Diane and Victor when Jack and Nikki disappear for hours and nobody knows where they are. I think Diane doesn't like Victor assuming that there might be something going on with Nikki and Jack because of the falling off the wagon stuff. She knows this isn't Nikki's fault, but she still doesn't want Jack doing what he's doing to the extent that he's doing. Like, she was okay with him going to talk to Nikki. She's not okay with him being at Nikki's beck and call, doing things that her husband should be doing for Nikki. So I wouldn't be surprised if Diane went to Victor to kind of loop him in so that Jack can step away from Nikki, except if she does this, Jack will be very mad. I think he will see it as meddling and crossing a line. And everybody's been wondering when old scheming Diane would be back. Well, maybe back this coming week. So spoilers for this next week related to this. Tuesday the 6th, Victor suspects Nikki is not being honest. Accurate. Thursday the 8th, Nikki and Victor reach a compromise. We'll see if she sticks to it. And Friday the 9th, Diane is irritated by Jack's bonding with Nikki. And that's at the point I think she might think about talking to the mustache. Those are all the predictions I have. Definitely drop your comments, whether you agree, disagree, have a different idea. Please click subscribe if you haven't already and come back soon because we are here talking Y&R 7 days a week. As always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.